Okay, it's Chris Roberts here for Fight Up TV. I'm here with Darren Sill. How's things?
Good. Just trained, haven't I? Sweating.
Yeah, saying Monday morning's not always the best, but you got the work done.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Got the rounds in. That's what it's all about.
Happy days. So, obviously, you've got a great record in UFC, unbeaten, fighting for the first time in America. Feeling confident about it?
Yeah. No matter where it is in the world, I'm always feeling confident, but I'm happy to make my debut in sort of like the UFC's territory, you know what I mean, America. So that's where the fan base is, that's where the big fights are, and that's all. I'm looking forward to it. Very confident going into this fight.
Good stuff. You've had 3 fights, haven't you? Obviously, your opponent Woodley has been quite inactive for the last 12 months. You've had three fights in that time. Do you feel that'll give you the momentum going into this fight?
Maybe, yeah. I think the more active you are, the better you don't, there is always that factor everyone talks about, ring rust, and I think it is definitely a reality, ring rust. Don't think it plays a major part in fighting, but I do think it plays a small percentage, and as you say, all them percentages add up in the end. So I think it will play to my advantage, but also the difference with this fight is Woodley's a lot older, a lot experienced. He's had a lot more MMA fights, so it's not new to him, you know what I mean? So, like, he's been through it time and time again. He's defended his belt, he's the champion. So I don't think it will play a massive part, but I think it will play a part. Like, I think it will have a small advantage for me. So that's how I see it, but I won't be looking too much into it, you know what I mean?
And in terms of the camp and in terms of the fight being announced, quite a short camp for this.
Yeah.
How are you finding that? Is that something that, I say, you've got that momentum? How are you finding that short camp?
I think it's better for me because ultimately I don't... Like a 10-12 week camp for me is hard because I put my body through a lot, so my body, takes a lot of beating, like every day, a lot of beating to the knees, to the ankles, to the shoulders, like that every day. So, short camp, get in, train hard, recover fast, and there we go. You're fighting in 4 weeks. So I'm happy. It's I like fighting like this. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think for me it's better. Not great concerning like the weight and that, because then you have to be more stricter. But still, in terms of fight camp, I like it better.
Okay, and in terms of obviously there's a few well documented weight issues around your last fight. We haven't kind of got to get into that. But is there anything that you're doing different in this camp in terms of your preparation, just to make sure that obviously you want to be fighting for the title, you don't want that opportunity to slip away? Is there anything you're doing different in your preparation to make sure that you're going in and hitting the weight this time?
Yeah, I want to get my weight lower, earlier out. So I think if I do that, I think everything will go to plan. I always have a hard wake up, but if I can drop my weight early, then I'm happy with that. So that's my main focus.
Yeah. Woodley mentioned in his press conference that he knows that you're coming to fight. He can see it in your eyes that you don't see that there's no fear. I mean, that's got to be a massive obviously it's a massive compliment. But it's got to give you a lot of confidence going into the fight. But at the same time, he's obviously going to bring his A game, knowing what he's seen within you.
That's what I want. Like, I want to bring the best out in people, so I can say I beat the best version of him. I think anytime anyone steps in the octagon, they're always at the best. They've always got to be at the best. If they come out after the fight and say they weren't, it's a big disrespect to the opponent. It's a big disrespect to a lot of things. So, if anyone ever beats me inside that octagon, it'll always be because they were the better man on that night. There'll never be an excuse for me like, weight was an issue or injuries was an issue. I feel like it's a big disrespect to the opponent. So yeah, he's bringing his aim game, I'm bringing my A game, and that night the better man will win. That there's no doubt in my mind. The better man will win.
I just want to ask you a little bit about your mentality really, and your mindset, and you talked a lot about your big goal in terms of taking out the whole of the division, beating everyone. Is that in terms of that big goal? I mean, that's if you look at like any sort of Olympic athletes, or entrepreneurs or any really successful people, they always have a massive goal in mind. That mindset that you've got, is that something that you've always had, or is that something that you've developed over time? Where did that sort of come into play where you said, right, this is what I'm going for, this is what I want to achieve?
I think just from an early age fighting, like when I was in the gym, I remember I used to always look around the gym, and I used to always be at like fights and events, and I always just used to want to be like the best in that room, and like for me, thinking to myself that I was second best to someone else would wind me up. Like, I don't think mentally I could accept something like that, you know what I mean? So never forget when I started training Muay Thai up in with my old Muay Thai coach Sai, and there was a lad in the gym, and you know we were about the same age, and at that time he'd been training a little longer than me. He was a little bit technically better, and I just remember thinking, I just can't act this, and I remember just training twice as hard as him, and putting the technique work in, and eventually, you know, I overtook him. It doesn't matter. I'll always step in a room with someone and they can be better than me, but give me time, and over time I'll be better than them. I won't be second best for long. And you know, right now going into this fight against Willie, I am second best. He's the champion. So, you know, after this fight, then I'm the best. I just can't accept second best. To me, it just doesn't. I can't do it. I just can't do it, no matter what.
No, quality. There was a couple of comments recently in the media with regards to your family life and, you know, your priorities at the minute and everything else, which was, you know, seems to be blown a little bit out of proportion. And obviously I know kind of, you know, what you meant. I think if you look at the whole context of that interview, you know, you're talking about having a focus, and just elaborating on your last point then, you know, about having that goal and determination to succeed. But are you finding there's more, as your sort of profile is growing, there's more scrutiny such as this? So if you say something like that, they might take that and then obviously blow that up on social media. Do you find that as your profile grows, you know, there is more scrutiny, and how do you find that in terms of staying focused on your goals?
I don't really care. I don't care what people say. If someone gives me shit online, I give them shit back. You know, I'm not one of these guys. I don't dwell on. You know, I say what I think. You know, my girlfriend's sitting next to me and I was doing that interview laughing her head off. You know, and we were looking at some people commenting, you know, grown men getting offended by stuff. So, to be honest, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what I say. No one knows me, no one knows what I'm going through. You know, you either support me or you don't, and if you don't support me, I still don't give a fuck. So, to me it's all, yeah, the bigger you get, it's sort of like, you got fucking people down your ear saying you can't say this, you can't say that. Well, guess what, I'm going to say what I want. And you know, you can either have me, you know, doing this and doing that, or not. To me, it doesn't make any difference. You know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'll be careful what I say because I want to get on TV." I don't give a fuck if I'm on TV or not. I don't care if they bleep my interviews out a million times when I'm on the mic after me, you know, me fight. I don't care about none of that. You know, I speak from my heart. I speak the truth. So, you know, I'm not gonna get scrutinised for stuff like that. Yeah, there are certain things where you know you do have to calm it down a bit, but that day on the interviews I was just speaking from my heart, and anyone who knows me, you know, knows what I meant. What I meant was, everything else doesn't matter right now, my family doesn't matter, the only thing that matters is me fight, and that's the truth. So, if anyone wants to scrutinise me for that, go ahead, go and do it, I don't give a fuck.
And in terms of, you know, you've mentioned a little bit about your dream, you know, to fight at Anfield in Liverpool. Obviously, you know, the massive success that I think outdoor boxing fights have particularly had in this country. You know, you look at the likes of, you know, Carl Frampton obviously fighting at Windsor Park, Josh Warrington fighting at Ellen Road, good friend of yours, Tony Bellew, Goodison Park. The impact that they have is massive. I mean, is that something that you feel the UFC are keen to do to support your vision in terms of going and fighting at Anfield? Because it seems in America they're quite keen on the arena events, the pay-per-view model, not so much the events like Wembley or Goodison and that type of thing. Do you think the UFC will buy into your vision of Anfield?
I hope so. You know, you get enough people on board believing in the dream, you know, things can happen. Imagine if you got like, you know, 1 million people, sort of 500,000 people campaigning for stuff like that. You know, the UFC couldn't turn their nose up at stuff like that. And, you know, as I said, anything I say comes to reality. Everything I've said so far has came to reality, and it's all about manifesting it. And you know, step by step, day by day, year by year, I'll manifest it, and someday Anfield will happen, and you know, I'll be the first to do it. It's just, you know, it's just, why can't I be the one to change the game? Why can't I be the one to do stuff different? Why does it have to be all about like the main events of Vegas and pay-per-view? Yeah, that is great, you know. I mean, that's where it is at. That's where you know, the fighting ground is at. But why can't we do a big Anfield event? You get enough people on board, it definitely can happen. So I'm a true believer in it happening, and I believe one day it will happen.